Hi, my name is Charlene Stump, and a year and 8 months ago I was training to be a weightlifter, and I was hoping to win state competition, but I found that instead of getting stronger as I practiced, I began to get weaker. Eventually I went to the competition and I pulled 3 red lights, and I found at that time that I had a big lump under my right arm. I went to the surgeon, he biopsied it, and the results came back adenocarcinoma, rapid mitosis, poorly differentiated. I'm a nurse, and these were all the words that I knew were very, very bad. I was completely devastated. If anybody has ever been through this, you will understand the darkness that just settles over your heart. I did not know what to do. I know that chemo doesn't work. I have given chemo most of my adult life as a nurse, and I know it doesn't work. I tell people it does because I want to encourage them, but it doesn't. So I went to my personal trainer. He's the one I had been listening to for the last few months. So I thought maybe he could help me. And I told Jake, I said, I've just received my death sentence. And I showed him my biopsy report. He said, this is not a death sentence, it's an opportunity. I wanted to kick him, but he got on the internet and he found Gerson. And that day he handed me a juicer. He handed me the phone. I talked to the amazing people at the Gerson clinic, and they told me what to do. So I went home that day and I started juicing, and I started doing the enemas. And I felt better, but the darkness was still so heavy on me. I ended up going for an MRI, and I have the report here and the film. This is my MRI film, and that's a tumor right there, and that's another one right there. And this is the one that, if you can see it, that went right through the breastbone, and it's got its own little blood vessel that it's already developed to supply it. You might be able to see it a little better on this one. And it showed that I had a tumor in both breasts, and it had metastasized to the breastbone, and it had developed its own blood system. This is really bad. I mean, it was already in the lymph system. This is where it was biopsied. It was already in the breast. It was already in the bone. And then they found a tumor in the right lung. And so my world just crashed. I mean, I love sports. I liked weightlifting. I liked hiking. Everything was over. So I kept doing Gerson, mainly because I needed to do something. And I was falling apart. And so 1 month after that diagnosis, I went to Mayo Clinic for chemotherapy. And the doctor there, he looked at my reports and he says, you know, we don't know if the main cancer is in your lung or if it's in your breast, so it's different types of chemo. We're going to have to do a PET scan. So I thought, well, they're going to find it everywhere. That's all there is to it. So they did a PET scan on, this was like Christmas Eve. It had been 1 month since I'd started with Gerson. And when the results came back, it showed no tumor in the breastbone. They couldn't find it anywhere. No tumors in the lung. No tumors in the breast. And just a very slowly developing tumor under that right arm. That's what the scan showed. So the doctor at the Mayo didn't know what to do with me. He sent me back to the surgeon. The surgeon looked at me, he says, well, I'm not going to take off a breast that shows no cancer. So just go home and keep doing what you're doing. And then he leaned back on the counter. He says, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm taking 13 fresh juices a day, and I'm doing coffee enemas. He goes, whoa, 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 wait a minute. He says, I can't hear that. And he says, just go home. And then he told me, he says, this is an extremely aggressive cancer. You're going to find lumps. He says, you're going to find them in the breast. Then you're going to find them under the arm. Then you're going to find them in the neck. He says, then you come back, and he says, we'll start you on chemo. I never found lumps. They never went anywhere. It's been 21 months, and I feel awesome. I haven't had a scan yet to see if I'm clear. I'm not going to do that until my Gerson is finished. But it's been fantastic. It's been just amazing. I am so thankful for the Gerson, so thankful for alternative medicine, something that doesn't require surgery and poisoning of the body, and just cutting and cutting and cutting, and then death. This has been incredible.